Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is Tuesday today. I didn't talk to you yesterday, but I will talk about that after I have shown you today's items. There's two items I'm catching up from yesterday and today's item. It is 20 after 10, Tuesday morning. The weather is the only thing that's putting a smile on my face right now. And Mr. Pius, of course. 23 degrees it got up to yesterday. It's going to be 21, but I'm thinking it's going to be a little warmer today. I am on the deck, and it's the only thing keeping me sane right now. So we will, again, talk about that after. But Leather Bag Lady weather report. Southern Ontario is having a week of summer, and then it's going to cool down again next week. But today's bags. There's one bag, one organizer. Roots. If you follow me, you know how I feel about roots. I would have a business selling nothing but roots if I could find it. And find it in a price point that allows me to keep it as reasonable as I want to keep it. So today's little guy, I've had one of these before in the past. It's just a little simple crossbody shoulder strap, black pebbled leather, roots, zippered compartment. Nothing too crazy, very simple. I guess the only styling element is this kind of grommet style closure. Now, this would be a fairly high sitting crossbody on me. I could definitely handle another couple of inches. Maybe not. Anyway, so what I would do here is I would put another couple of holes down here. Once your holes have the prongs in them, I feel that they could be hidden enough that it doesn't scream that you've added holes, and then you've just got the 3 sets of grommeted holes. This is way too much strap to be sitting, and to be honest, it just kind of curls up. I've tucked it under, but I won't put the holes in unless if you purchase it and you want me to, I will. But that will be up to you if you like this little bag. There's no dedicated gusset, but there is like a little ledge that's formed here. But I would absolutely definitely do that. And I would probably put the holes just below where this strap is. So you're going to gain probably a good 3 inches of strap length, which I think is way more valuable than not. Actually, no, I wouldn't be able to do that because this tab is fixed. So it would be just above there, and the tab really will kind of draw the eye away from the fact that the grommets aren't around the holes where the prongs are. So yeah, it would be, well, I can't do it obviously because there's no holes there. But that's what I would be willing to do if you want me to make the strap longer. If you want to get it home and maybe it fits you. I'm a little bit of a bigger lady, so that is not long enough for me at all. But again, if you wanted me to put the holes in, I would put them just right here. And that would really be helpful, I feel. So that is today's first item. Now, our second item is this really cool Filofax organizer. There is a little bit of what it looks like is it's been put on something wet. There is no raising of the leather. There's no high points. Sometimes when leather gets wet, it expands. None of that, just kind of, you know what it reminds me of? Remember back in the kind of 90s when people were doing the paint finish where you put the rag on it? That's kind of what it looks like. And then there's one little spot here. But despite the fact that that damage is there, there's a couple of things that I really like about it. One, the color. Two, there are lots of inserts included. We've got, and well, let me quickly before I move forward. So this is Time System out of Denmark, and it's dated 80 to 1985. So I kind of like that little bit of lineage there. So you have activity checklist, overview, nothing there, daily plan, little bit of a tear there, lots of blank sheets, info, maps, weights and measures, notes, and a phone. Well, there's a few inserts in each one, but you've got all the letters down the side, and then you've got some space for either business cards. There's a slip pocket here, and then you've got some slip pockets here, and then this could be for a notepad, another notepad or such. So lots going on with this little guy. It's not a zipper, it's a snap, and it is it's a bigger size. It's not one of the little ones. I thought about maybe trying to mask that, but what I'm finding is that I'm not able to get the colors close enough that something that is smooth like this and right on the front, it's not giving you the finger. Honest to God, I'm not. It's probably better just to leave it. I mean, if you want to get it home and fart around with it, you're more than welcome. It's been priced accordingly. And I just love that it's European. It's from Denmark. It just, I don't know. Never seen one from Denmark before. It's always usually Daytimer or Franklin. Can't remember right now. So that is the Daytimer. So that's number 2 item for today, making up for tomorrow. So I'm going to put you down a little bit. I'm going to kind of lean my butt on the back of my couch. I'm sure there are some of you who are sick and tired of maybe hearing about my gripes and groans, but there may be a few of you who are going through a rough time as well, who maybe need to hear that they're not alone. I've shared with you, I think, a few times that I have I didn't realize I had a susceptibility to depression. I've had depression a couple of times, but it's been, long time ago. First started with a postpartum, and then I had another bout probably about 8 or 9 years ago, and I'm fighting it now. There's just layers of stuff, and I don't need to go into what all those things are, but I just felt that it was worth sharing with you that having an issue with depression is difficult sometimes for people to embrace, because it's not a broken leg. It's not something you can see, feel, touch, but it is something that people notice. Pius and I had a conversation on the weekend that really kind of shook me. And it wasn't an immediate shake. It's been kind of a slow burn since we've had the conversation. I know that my personality, my demeanor, my attitude, my level of happiness has changed significantly since I've moved back into this house. This house was never going to be my soft place to fall. Pius and I felt we could change that with doing some of the work that needed to be done. And I was getting a little bit of my spark back for it. And then with the neighbors moving in front, which is still an ongoing battle, I have a driveway absolutely full of garbage right now because I don't think these kids have ever put their garbage out. And they've lived here for a month and a half now. So, I've been called a nuisance by the landlord. I've been called a pain in the ass by the landlord. I've been ignored by the kids in front who we've tried to deal with as amicably as we can. We share a lot, so it is not something I really want to be in battles with on a daily basis. The parking seems to have gotten a little better now that we're not dealing with snow. But the garbage is an issue, and it's a bigger issue than people realize because Pius leaves for work most mornings at 4:30. It's still dark. Most of our little neighborhood critters are still out scurrying and scrounging for food, and it's only a matter of time before Pius encounters raccoon, which is not a huge deal, but the skunks, yes. Pius is on a mission in the morning. He's out. He's maybe not really paying attention. He just, gets his lunch bag and off he goes to work. And all I can see is him getting sprayed in the driveway. And it's not even so much the issues, because I do have issues every time somebody moves into this house in front of me, because it is a rental. It is the absolute knowledge that there really isn't anything we can do. And I just feel absolutely used and abused by that. The ongoing struggle to try and find places for everything in here is just another layer of stuff. It's a lot. And a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that I caught a moment of, something's happening here. So Pius has been amazing. He, like I said, he did share with me that he sees a big difference in me. I knew I changed a little bit, but I didn't think it was that much. And I had a little snap at my mom yesterday, which I never do. And she said the same. So I think I'm going to be going for some counseling. I'm not pulling the trigger on this house. It's been my safety blanket for many, many years. My purse business, which is maybe why you're watching me, is the only thing that's kind of kept my head above water for the last 9 years. And if that were to go away, I don't know how I would survive emotionally, mentally. If this house goes away, and God forbid anything happen between Pius and I would never be able to buy another property. And I don't really care, to be honest. There's part of me that doesn't want to buy another property. But then I would be facing a situation where, whatever age I would be not able to afford to live. Because I don't have a pension. I don't have a fantastic job or even a great job that would be able to sustain the rental prices that are happening in my community here in Hamilton. I mean, a basic one-bedroom apartment is anywhere from $1,200 to $1,400-$1,500 a month. I mean, that's pretty well what I have for the month. So it's a lot, and I know Pius is frustrated with me because it must feel or seem like I am being negative towards our future, and I'm not. I'm being realistic because let's face it, I just moved my couch. I'll move it back. Pius and I are looking to get married for a third time. We've done this twice before, and it's all wonderful in the beginning, and then shit happens, and I stick to my guns that I'm not being negative. I'm just being realistic. And I've hated this house for many years prior to Pius coming along. I just knew that there was never any way I could fix it up, so it kind of eliminated the option for me. Last year I was going to sell it and I chickened out because for the same reasons that I am talking to you about now. So it really isn't anything to do with Pius and my future with Pius or my positivity and what my life with Pius is going to look like. Some of the stuff is not maybe what it appeared to be, so I have to take that on board as well. Financially, I feel like maybe my kind of escape hatch in the summer months, which would be a trailer, might be the difference between me being able to live here and just grin and bear it versus not. There's so many benefits for us to be here, but the negatives just seem to be outweighing, and I'm trying so hard to not be a negative Nelly and an overthinker and all these things that I know I am. But it's been really tough. So just listen to yourself and talk about it. It's not something that people want to hear necessarily. But I'm in kind of, I don't know what the word would be. I'm in survival mode right now. That's maybe the word. My last bout of depression started with a coworker pulling me to one side, who I actually just bumped into a couple of weeks ago. Pius and I went out for breakfast, and Terry pulled me to one side and he said, "I'm talking to you as a friend, not as a colleague, but you are nothing like the young lady who I worked with previously." And Pius has said that. My mom is saying that, and I have to be very aware. So I think hopefully Pius will get me on the benefits sooner than later, and I will be able to access some counseling. I think I need some help to just kind of organize my thoughts, because right now they just swallow me up. And I think I'm doing a really good job actually moving and getting stuff done every day, because I haven't shut down quite to that degree. I went back to the gym today for the first time in 3 weeks. Poor Pius slept in this morning. I heard my alarm. I thought it was his alarm, and he's fumbling around and oh my God. I'm like, I'm awake. Don't worry about it. He goes, "That's your alarm." I'm like, oh shit. So poor Pius slept in. But I got up, I went to the gym. Man, was it busy. And it's a struggle to get equipment and whatnot, which, if you follow me, you know my pain in that regard. So it's a little bit of a negative Nelly chat with you today, but I'm hoping that maybe talking about it openly will possibly, impact on somebody out there who maybe is not having the best of days these days. Often wondered if it was the kind of seasonal affect disorder, but I've been sitting in the sun for a few days now, and I still feel not great. So maybe getting back into my fitness routine, getting back into my routine of working. My office, my shed office, there's no way I can work in there right now. There's still too much shit everywhere. So it is just... it's a tough time right now, but I guess, we're going to the falls this weekend. I am so looking forward to it, just to get the heck out of here. I open my blind in the morning and I am so almost scared to look down my driveway. Either I'm going to see a car in the driveway or I'm going to see garbage all over the driveway. And it is, it's a simple thing, I guess, but it's just been for so many years I've had to deal with this that I just don't want to deal with it anymore. But saying that and doing that are two different things. Anyway, everybody, if you're still with me, it's been a long video today, but a little bit of a public service announcement, I guess, for those of us who have dealt with, are dealing with depression. I'm not on any medication or anything like that. I do take a thyroid medication for an underactive thyroid, which I wasn't able to find for 2 weeks. So maybe that might have something to do with it. I found it. I've refilled my prescription. Took my first one again today since a couple of weeks ago. So who knows? Maybe menopause is in there too. Hot flashes are off the charts right now. So there's, like I said, a lot of layers. But it's real. And I know there's those of you out there who are struggling with it as well. So I wish you the best of days. And if you can get out into the sunshine today, please do. And if you can't, you're not alone. There's a lot of us out there, and we're not dummies. We're not, uneducated people. We're not lazy. We're not any of those things. We're just dealing with a lot in our heads that people can't see. And have a great day, everybody. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.